Hello and welcome to the Timmy Verne show. Tonight we have a very, very special guest.
Hello.
It is none other than Lord Stanmold.
Hello.
Now, Lord Stanmold
Hello.
has some very, very interesting views about statues.
I do, yes.
Now, Lord, so what have you got for us tonight about statues?
Well, it's a very topical issue now. Certain statues have been pulled down, and I myself want a statue pulled down. I think we all do nowadays. We're all getting in on the fun, as it were, seeing which statue we'd like pulled down. And I think I'd come up with a statue which will be quite popular when it is in fact pulled down.
And whose statue is that?
It's a statue in Cambridge University of Stephen Hawking. There's a statue with him in his wheelchair and that strange sort of sideward glance of his head that he has I do believe there's an actual stone dribble coming from his mouth.
Yes, Lord.
The wheelchair's at an angle as if he'd just been hit by a car, although he often looked like that anyway. It's in Trinity College, or just outside.
Mm-hmm.
It's a marvellous piece of
aesthetic,
marvellous piece of statuary. Mm-hmm. However, I want it pulled down for one very simple reason, and it's this. Stephen Hawking had the most irritating voice in Britain in the post-war period. There were people like Lord Beaverbrook who had more irritating voices before the Second World War, but after the Second World War, he was all, and the universe is expanding at a rate of 38 million miles per hour. I mean, that sort of thing is just, frankly, I'm going to have to use a French expression now, but it gets on my knob.
Right, Lord. I think you may have a point there. I mean, the accent of the computer is a bit much, isn't it?
And it wasn't only that. I have tonight something to reveal about Stephen Hawking that has never been revealed before.
Oh, good. We like exclusives on this program.
Stephen Hawking was obsessed with aliens. The only reason he became a scientist was he believed that we were being constantly bombarded by gamma rays from Venus. In fact, the man's a charlatan. He made up all his experiments. The only reason he was accepted into the Royal Society was because he was sleeping with the founder's daughter. And I don't mean Isaac Newton, I mean the fellow who, Timmy Mallet.
Oh yes, the great scientist, Timmy Mallet.
Yes, he was the president of the Royal Society at the time. He made everyone, I was a member myself. Every meeting would be, oh yeah, it was like that at every Royal Society meeting. And there would be Stephen. I think we're being bombarded from Venus by gamma rays. And there's Stephen again, making up his experiments. But we all were in on it. We were all making up experiments in that time. In truth, very few of us even knew how to spell.
That's right, Lord. It didn't really contribute much when you think about it, apart from a very irritating, monotone type voice.
The main thing that he contributed was a mess on the table of saliva. I seem to have messed the table again. Oh, waitress, come on. Stephen's dribbling again. Thank you, Lord Stanmold.
Well, Lord, you remind me of another guest we had on the other week. And
yes.
He had a story about when Stephen Hawking gave mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. An absolute horror story it was.
Yes, well, I was there at Stephen's demise on his deathbed. Oh, I'll never forget his last words. Doodly 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 doo. It was a great. Having said all the thing about the fabrication of research and evidence and various sex molestation scandals that involved, let's just say, Bunsen burners.
Yes.
Even with all that, Stephen Hawking was an upright man. Well, he was upright when we stood him up. He wasn't upright when he was in his wheelchair. He used to sort of lag to the left. But he was an upright man. He was a man who I called a friend, but considered an enemy. He was someone who you could trust as long as you didn't believe anything he said. He was a man who, in an age of ignorance, was someone who didn't believe in science, but did believe in making up evidence. And in many ways showed us that with sheer willpower, you can get a statue outside Trinity College, Cambridge. It's not a very good statue. Some people believe it's made of plastic or fiberglass. That's beside the point. The reason being that he was from Smethwick. He got himself to Oxford. Who cares how he got there? In the end, he was there. He used up a record amount of tissues while at Trinity. That man could dribble for England. He could dribble better than George Best. Could you please send over another napkin?
Well, that's a great, great contribution. Thank you, Lord.
That's not the only thing I've got to say about Stephen.
Well, that's all we've got time for.
I'm afraid we're going to have to have a bit more time, sir.
Well,
look, my uncle is the director of the BBC. You just better shut it, mate.
Well, you'll have to wait for the next edition.
No, I don't have to wait for it.
You do.
No, I don't.
You do.
Oh, no, I don't.
I'm going to shut this program down now.
No, you're not. Oh, Stephen Hawkins! The ghost of Stephen Hawkins has come back! Ah! I'm going to kill you all.